Hey, good morning. I found a series of videos that I shot in 2013. They're not great, but they're kind of fun and there's some interesting things here. I decided it would be better to keep them than to dump them. I hope you find something interesting here and thank you for your patience.
I'm having so much fun.
I'm going to do my best to show you how to tie a tube popper that you can use trolling for albacore or silvers. So I'm using a 3/8, I have a 3/8 inch foam cylinder, and I'm gonna, nothing fancy about this, I'm gonna cut that at about that point. Let me see how long it is. 5/8 of an inch. Now I want to have a hole as straight through the center of that as I can. This isn't rocket science. This is a Zutty's leg puller. What a wonderful name. I don't know Mr. Zutty. Maybe Zutty is a place. So I want to see if this looks about straight through. There we go. So that's about as close to center line as I could hope for. Now I have a tube. I have a nanotube in my vise. I'm going to put Zutty's leg puller right in the end of that tube, and I'm going to slide that, hopefully. It didn't go on quite as nicely as I'd like to, but let's drive it on there. A little bit of turning. Okay, we're there. Good enough. No, I'm not going to push it all the way back. This is a fly. This is a trolling fly for albacore or coho, and it's trolled at high speed. And the idea is to generate some pressure waves, and this is going to do it. But first I have to go get some saddle feathers, so another pause. We're back. What's a good color combination for a trolling tube popper for albacore? How about Whitlock turquoise and white? I know that works. So I'll tell you another little story. In fact, I may just use turquoise. That looks so good. I got a good friend who's a commercial fisherman, and he, fishing a trolled fly for albacore is different. It's a different game than casting and stripping. When you're trolling at 6 knots, the tuna really doesn't have much time to think about whether it's going to commit or not. So I asked my friend Jimmy, I said, Jimmy, what's a good color to tie an albacore fly? And he just laughs at me. He says, Jay, you sport fishermen, you're as bad as us commercial guys. He says, now while I'm talking too much, I don't want to have very much, because I'm going to jam that popper right up against there. By the way, you can see this is a really highly technical fly as I'm rambling on, but it works. So just a short little area there, 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch, nice and tight. 3 feathers on both sides. And let's put in some lateral flash. Where is my lateral flash? Here it is. As you guys, you get all excited about what color the fly was that you caught the tuna on last year, and what the tuna was thinking when it grabbed it. And he said, his experience, some tuna guys like pink and white jigs, some like blue and white, some like black and white. Sometimes he said chartreuse and white is always good. Chartreuse and black works really well. The point is, he's not at all convinced that when you have voraciously receptive tuna, he's not convinced it makes a whole lot of difference. So I took that to heart. What I wanted to do, I actually watched some YouTube videos of guys fishing tube poppers in Australia, and it drove me crazy, the potential. And they were casting stripping. This is a, you know, you could cast and strip this, no problem at all. This is really similar to a tube Bob's Banger that they'd fish on the East Coast. It's real simple. Now, you basically just shove that popper all the way on there. Look at that. Now, you could paint eyes on that, or not. You can, it is not necessary to flare the end. That popper isn't going anywhere. I have an extra large hook guide. This is tied on a nano tube. So it's going to be, you just need to be patient and work that hook guide onto the back of that nano tube. And I fished this with a 2/0 Gamakatsu SL12 big game hook. The fly pops and gurgles and rips through the water, especially when you're going 5 miles an hour. My gosh, it makes a commotion. And the fish come up and grab it. Now let me just try to pretend that it makes a difference and turn the hook so it's perpendicular. There we go. Okay. Here we have a tube, a trolling tube popper for albacore. Have fun with it. Use your imagination. Tie them tubes. They work.
Oh, I didn't get under him. I'm sorry, Rob.